and responsibilities that a teacher has to the profession is knowing and upholding the procedures, policies, laws, and regulations relevant to professional practice regardless of personal views, holding oneself responsible for ethical conduct, monitoring and maintaining social, mental, physical, and emotional health necessary to perform duties and services of any professional assignment, and taking appropriate measures when personal or health-related issues may interfere with work-related duties, and refrain from professional or personal activity that may lead to reducing one's effectiveness within the school community. Teachers should be communicating with parents on a daily basis just to update them on their child's progress and just to answer any questions or concerns that they may have. So, the components of an IEP. So, an IEP will include your child's current skill level, annual goals, progress monitoring, special education services, duration of services, participation in mainstream classroom, testing, adaptations, transitional goals, and services. Once the determination is made that your child needs special education, the school will then create an individualized education program. However, your child can be diagnosed with a disability, and the school may decide that the student's disability does not prevent them from learning in a general education classroom. A school evaluation consists of multiple steps. During the review, all of the student skills will be assessed. Before an evaluation, the team will meet to discuss the reason for the referral and the student's assessment. The team consists of teachers who work with the student and their family, a special education teacher, and a school administrator. The team creates a plan that outlines a testing plan, including a psychological evaluation to assess a student's emotions, behavior, and social skills. Psychoeducational testing involves cognitive and achievement testing. A cognitive test focal point is on how a student processes information, and the achievement test assesses students' performance on age-related skills. Interviews are conducted in person or by questionnaire by the parent, guardians, teacher, and the student. The purpose of the interview is to understand the student's social function and academic history. The evaluator completes classroom observation to observe how the student functions, and functional behavior assessments are completed to gain extensive knowledge of why a student is having difficulties and what obstacles are getting in the way. Lastly, all evaluations may need to be done, such as speech, language, physical therapy, occupational therapy, or other specialized evaluations. Typically, all evaluations are done at the school. And if the school does not have the specific evaluator on staff, the student will go to a professional office to have the testing done. And if the student requires numerous testing, it will take place 60 days of the referral. Once the assessment is completed, each assessor will write a report and a recommendation for meeting the student's needs. Lastly, the IEP will discuss the request and the eligibility. The first step of the referral process is a pre-referral. So, for example, when students display difficulties in learning and behaviors, teachers will implement a classroom-based intervention for the student. This includes differentiated instruction, classroom management techniques, or changes in the learning environment. As a result of these changes, some students will not require further interventions, but some will need a formal evaluation to determine if special education services are necessary. Typically, a student is referred for a formal evaluation by the school personnel or the parents. For a student to be evaluated, written permission is required by the parent or guardian. Your role as a member of the IEP team is variable from start to finish. Your child's teachers, special education providers, and schools may change, but you remain a constant in your child's life. You'll watch your child learn, stumble, adapt, and succeed. When your child reaches high school, they'll be expected to participate as a member of the IEP team and help develop a transition plan. They'll take the lead, and you as a parent, you'll go from being their primary advocate to being their coach. Through it all, you can support your child in developing the self-awareness and self-advocacy skills needed for their future. Parents are equal members of the IEP team. As a parent, you have the right to participate in all of your child's IEP needs. In fact, the Individual with Disabilities Education Act, the federal law governing special education, lists parents first on the list of required members of a student's IEP team. You play an important role in decisions about where and how your child will be taught.